What's up, y'all? Y'all like, hey, look, this is my mobile office. This is my mobile office. I am in my car more times than I am in a building, okay? Good morning. So, look, listen. What's going on? What's going on? So, reflection time. So, I've been reflecting, right? And I'm in the process of, like, rewiring my mind. Unlearning all the things that I thought was who I was. And I don't know if anybody else is going through this out there in this world, but let's just say to rewire one's mind is more complicated than wiring some circuits. It's different to come like a baby. They're fresh. They're fresh new circuits ready to be trained, right? And we train these circuits, these little humans, in adult ways. Has any child ever been raised as a child? We train them to hurry up and speak and grow, and we rush them to grow up instead of just letting them be. And so I'm in the essence of just letting things be. What's to be shall be. And my life changed since having, I put quotation marks, autistic daughter. It's a label. It needs to be labeled so we can get the help here that we need. But my rewiring of my brain started with her. I have two older kids, and there is between my youngest and my oldest, there is a 10-year age gap. So I'm starting over parenting, but this parenting is a little different. I can't parent her the way I parent my other two. And I think what it is when it comes to the wiring of my brain, that's the only way I know. So the frustration used to be so frustrating to try to understand her. Well, I realized instead of me trying to understand her, why don't I just learn her, be her? What does that mean? I got down on my knees. I got to her level. I looked at her in her eyes instead of her looking up at me. I found a way for her to trust me. I guess what I'm finding out is kids trust themselves. They need guidance. They don't need teaching. And she's taught me to trust me. By her trusting me, I have learned to trust myself, but it's hard because I had all these attachments in my mind of who I was, and I am none of those things. I am everything that I said I wanted to be, but had no idea I was that. To see and know myself in the level that other people know me, let's just say it took me a while to believe that they were talking about me. And then I said to myself, why do you do this? Why do you think in the manner that you do? You are a good person. Stop saying you want to be a good person. You are. A lot of us don't get truthful compliments. What does that mean? We get compliments that's a benefit to another person. You're beautiful. Well, what does my beauty have to do for me? That's for you. You get to look at, I know I'm beautiful, but you get to look at my beautiful. How is that compliment beneficial to me? Thank you for telling me I'm pretty. We get all these external validations, but we never get internal validations. And because nobody really ever is that vulnerable to show all their insides and produce it out and project it, like the vulnerable parts of us. So how do we get vulnerable compliments? How do we get the compliments in our vulnerability to make us secure? Well, that's the subject they fail to teach us in school, at least here in my world, over here in my world where I am currently living on the earth. And I had to learn that. And I had to deconstruct my mind. And trust me, honey, that wasn't easy. You know, I did everything. I went to school, I went to college, I became a scientist, I did all those things. And as I'm doing this, 20 years into being a scientist, I'm just now discovering that's not my true essence. No regrets. I'm not mad about the path that I took, because the path that I took helped me to be able to understand the path that I am now beginning, the true essence of me. But boy, oh boy, this mind can definitely hold you back from greatness. Anyways, what are your thoughts? I'm just curious. I'm really thinking of holistically helping people restructure their mind. You're like, well, that's what psychiatrists and psychologists are for. You're correct. And everybody has a choice for that. But you know, most people go to the shrink, and excuse my words, I'll say it correctly, the psychiatrist or a counselor, and the first thing they want to do is put them on an anxiety pill. There's ways to do this. How can you know how you feel if you're just numbing away the pain? Think about it. Drop some comments if you're curious. I'm really techniques, if you guys want a series, if you guys want, like, my truth is, I have no problem speaking truth. I have no problem telling my stories. I have no problem sharing what I did to get to where I am. I love who I am wholeheartedly, and my greatest wish is to have others do the same.